What's going on, everybody? Anthony Campo here, your coach and host of the Be Battle Ready podcast. And today's topic is the difference a decade can make. So let's lock and load and dive into today's daily battle.
Welcome to the Be Battle Ready podcast, where we take a deep dive into what it takes to be battle ready in your lifestyle so that you can go to war on your life and the marketplace and win.
All right, everybody, I want to talk about, the difference a decade makes. And this is going to be kind of some vulnerable posts, where I'm going to share a little bit of my story about me reflecting back on the last 10 years of my life as trying to become the man that I saw into the future, and with the life that I have always wanted. So, if we back up 10 years ago, about 10 years ago, I put my big boy pants on. I left, I stepped away from the shadow and comfort of working in a family business. At that time I was about 2.5 years into running a gym out of my garage. And even in that, I was running it out of a garage on a property my mom owned. And, obviously didn't pay rent, didn't do anything like that. It was a big garage. It was just to get us started, but it came time to put my big boy pants on and take on something on my own. Right. So I went ahead and leased a commercial location, or a small warehouse, about 2,600 square foot warehouse, and took on my first lease, by myself, of a business. I did at that time own a house with a friend, and I owned 2 other houses that I started with underneath that family business. So it wasn't like I hadn't taken risks, but this was a time when, I had 2 homes, 3 homes in default, fighting to get them back. And, I was faced with a decision to make the leap into, going out on my own and chasing something that I'm passionate about, right? At that time, it was CrossFit. It was a CrossFit gym that I ran out of my mom's garage for the first 2.5 years, and then jumped into a warehouse, right? So the reason why I share this with you is that, recently, especially with these videos, or in this case, this isn't going to be a video, it's going to be completely audio. I'm looking back 10 years ago, right? And about 10 years ago, maybe it was 2010, 2011, I think I did my first video like this, right? Maybe we'll link it in the comments, but I did it. And I remember specifically what it was about, right? I was listening to some Tony Robbins, I had a revelation, and I was wondering, I posed this question: are you making a good deal with a bad person, right? Or whatever it might be. I forget the exact thing, but that was basically the topic. And I did this thing. It was just about thoughts and life and all that stuff. And, I would have these from time to time, and then I would write blog posts sporadically. And, a few weeks ago, I saw a mentor, and he's not necessarily someone I've met in person, but someone who I have learned from through courses, through books, through podcasts, through programs. And, he shared a picture of his movement in 2010. And I went, holy fuck. Like, it fucking hit me like a ton of bricks. And it looked, we can see, like, some ways, like the amount of progression that had happened at that time from where he is now to where I am. And, we weren't too far off as far as, like, I don't know his financials and stuff like that, but you know, I saw a level that we were possibly right around, you know, and maybe it was a few years ahead or whatever it is, but like I don't know about financial, but in the refinement of his program and the refinement of his message, the refinement of everything has progressed in the last 10 years, right? So, um, you know, in that time, like I look back and I'm like, holy fuck! And one of the things that that he has done is daily videos like this, right? And it's like, I asked myself, look, I think 2010, I read Gary Vee, we implemented some stuff, but we weren't consistent. Weren't consistent at all. And I look back at the trajectory of this man, and I look back at the trajectory of myself, and what was the biggest difference, right? It was just the commitment, right? The commitment to the consistency along the way, right? We can say, well, resources, but his resources came from his commitment. And, you know, it was a big fucking kick in the dick, you know, and I'm not jealous. I'm not envious. It's just someone blazed the fucking trail and just showed me, right? And I'm not a victim to it. I did it. Look, I can fucking be a victim, and, you know, at a lower level, you want to be a victim and say, oh man, look, I didn't have anybody leading or guiding me, because when I was 24, 25, first in business, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I didn't have a fucking dad telling me what the fuck to do. My mom was kind of like, she was great, like getting shit done, like making shit happen. But like, who the fuck was leading me as a man? You know, I could fucking bitch about that, but that's my journey. That's my cross to bear. That was my fucking cross to bear. That was my death and resurrection to come to today. Is to, you know, learn what it fucking means to be disciplined as an individual, to be a fucking man as an individual, to live, you know, in a level of authenticity and in the truth that, you know, and if I look back, like, you know, this man and I align in that way, you know, but I came to the fucking path a different way, right? You know, as far as authenticity and the truth, you know, and that's for another topic. But my point here is, like, we all have our cross to bear, and the decade, like the level of consistency and commitment and self-discipline, like, I fucking knew when I had this feeling, like I almost joined the military. Like I was sitting in the fucking recruiter's office. I had this thing, like, I know that this going in here will fix something that inside of me that's fundamentally at my fucking core broken. And I didn't make that decision. I don't regret that decision, because it wasn't the fear of fucking dying. It wasn't the fear of going into that. I fucking was ready for boot camp. I wanted to go into boot camp, right? Like I was just fucking lost. I didn't have a dad anymore, right? It was fucking gone, right? Like, to guide me, right? Right when I was fucking 20 years old. And it, you know, dude, I could say I'm fucking pissed, but it's my cross to bear, and I'm blessed for it now. But, you know, during that time, I knew that there was something that was fundamentally broken, and it was coming down to holding myself accountable to to my own fucking word, right? Like, I've had to bear the fucking cross of being more accountable to my word to other people than to myself. Like, that's been being accountable to myself has been one of the hardest fucking things I've had to overcome. Being truly committed has been, you know, one of the fucking hardest things to overcome. You know, harder than dealing with, like, literally, I'm, in all fucking honesty, harder than dealing with my dad passing, because there was nothing that I could fucking done that I know, right? I couldn't save my dad. I remember when I was a kid trying to save my dad, taking his cigarettes away, because I fucking knew that it was going to happen. So, but the hardest thing that's been for me is to overcome being accountable to myself, like, and not putting everybody's bullshit in front of mine. Like I fucking would stop and like, if I had a workout, feel guilty and not do my workout because I was fucking not going to hang out with somebody, right? Not hang out with my wife or not going to do this. I'd put that aside or, and I have my own shit in there where I've had to learn to become more organized, more disciplined, and, I was thinking about this recently, just today, is that, like how many fucking young 25 to 35-year-old men, have gone through this, right? Are going through this, have struggled with that, right? And how much, like I look back of like, if 10 years ago, I would have had the discipline. If 15 years, when I was 26, 20, 25, 26, first starting the business, if someone would have showed me what it was like to be fucking disciplined. And I've had guilt and shame around like, not feeling like that I fucked it all up. That I fucking squandered a huge opportunity because I was literally given and pushed into a business at 25. I had no fucking clue what to do. I had instincts. I just felt things were wrong and I fixed them. But I didn't have the commitment. I didn't have the discipline to fucking, even till today. I mean, it's still something that, I can level up. And fitness and, personal development and studying has been my vehicle to teach myself those aspects. So, like, look, I wanted to share this with you because I want to inspire you. I want to, encourage you. I don't know how, where you're at in your journey, but, like fucking stay in the fight because look, I look back and I'm like, what is the fucking fucked up thing to have is any area of your life is to look back and see what could be. And people say, oh, like, don't fucking look back. Don't do that. No, and then fucking do it. Feel that shit. Use it. Use it as fire. Use it as your fuel to fucking move forward. Like, use it as your motivation that to course correct yourself, to fucking change whatever, what you have always wanted to be. Look, I haven't reached my fucking Mount Everest. I'm reaching summits, right? I'm reaching smaller mountains on the way, but, I look back and, even that day, like the fucking level of branding that I had with no training, like I didn't know how to fucking draw, but I knew what brand would look good. I knew what marketing was. And then somewhere along the way, I lost my fucking way with it. And the other side of this, beyond the self-discipline and commitment, I think behind all that was a lack of belief in myself. A lack of belief in like my God-given natural abilities, right? And, I think I'll do another talk on who the fuck am I. But, that was a big problem. Like, who the fuck are you? That was always the question. And, the lack of commitment and the lack of belief in myself has been the fucking cross. So, I don't know where you're at, and I want you to like understand that outside of everything, like you might be studying fucking tactics and strategies and attitude, and that's fucking cool, man. Like learn how to do it. Like learn that shit. It's gonna be fucking powerful. You're gonna fucking do it. But if you don't lack the commitment to the consistency and the belief in yourself, nothing's gonna fucking work. I went to fucking mentors and rode on their coattails, listened to what they fucking did, and it worked for a while. And then it stopped working. Because at the end of the day, the voice within my own like higher self and God are saying, no, that's not what that's not your fucking cross you need to bear. You need to fucking overcome this before you get to the next level. Before you reach any higher to this. You can't fucking hide behind anything. You know, because honestly, I hid behind programs and just did what they said. I was coachable, but I also had beliefs in my own self and all. It was just, and I never believed. So, I want to know from you, where are you without this, right? Where's the fucking lack of belief, the lack of consistency the lack of commitment to consistency being? Because look, if I had those two things over the last 10 years, I would have already built the fucking empire I saw my year, before when I first started business. I had it for a few years. And then it just fucking, the lack of belief in myself and the lack of commitment to consistency. I went away from a mentor fucking went behind my back, fucked me over. That in itself triggered a whole fucking cascade of stuff. From, the loss of my dad to, just the patterns that men in the position of being a mentor, being an older brother, being a friend, triggered in me. And it really fucking, I knew I needed to believe in myself, but it was the hardest fucking thing to do. So for the last 6 to 7 years, it's been a fucking battle. I've been at war with that. So I really, I want to end here, and, I want you to consider all that stuff, consider, where you're at. And, I recently did another podcast here that says Fix What's Broken. And, I spent 7 years trying to fix other shit, but not fixing what was broken. So, I can fucking be the testament to you that you need to fix what's broken. So, look, I appreciate you, and, any way I can support you, hit me up. If you've been through this and you're in this, you need some support in this, you need to know what, you need to, and it's not what I say. The best thing I can do for you is fucking shine a mirror back for you and challenge you to listen to yourself, to challenge you to believe yourself, and give you some skill sets and tools and shit to fucking deal with the fucking stories. So, look, I'm gonna cut here. Appreciate you. Hope you have an amazing day.
This concludes another episode of the Be Battle Ready podcast. If you're looking to put it all together across all the areas of your life and be battle ready, come get connected with powerful leaders in our Be Battle Ready Facebook group, where we will be dropping new battles to win each day.